Hey guys, Kai here. And today, right now it's currently uploading. It's a video from Kendra's heart. It's called 8 Random Facts About Herself. So I got to thinking, well, if she can do it, she can wake me up and make me do it. So, random fact number one. I was born a month late. I was actually supposed to be born on July 21st of 82. But I was a month late. Also, I was born with the tube around my neck, and that that happens to people every once in a while. But one of the things that I learned later in life from someone I used to do caregiving. One of the persons that I was taking care of had some developmental disabilities, and it was because when he was born, same thing happened to him, but it was around his neck longer than it was with me. And he ended up with some really nasty disabilities. And sometimes, I thank God. And I thank the goddess because I'm Wiccan. Every day that, that that could have been me. And I know from my youth that I wasn't the easiest to get along with as a kid at times, even when I was a young adult. Um, Going into random fact number two. Uh, well, along those lines is I can remember growing up when I was a teenager. Um, I I had some emotional problems. I didn't see I didn't see my mom actually commit suicide. I was there in the hospital to to see the yes scratching to see the aftermath, the tube down her throat, charcoal all over her face. Her doctor had told her to her face that she could take 100 amitriptyline and it wouldn't do anything to her, and she took about 60 or so and almost died. And it seemed like after that it was traumatic for me. I might not have shown it on the outside, but it was pretty traumatic to myself on the inside. And a handful of different times throughout my life, I've thought about suicide. Just before I met Kendra, I if it wasn't for my son, I probably wouldn't be here right now. Let's see. Huh. Random fact number three. Um, Way back when I had my first, that first Nintendo, the old NES. Um, I don't know if I'd be the gamer today if my grandfather had actually followed through and thrown it into the Tillamook Bay. I don't know where I'd be now as far as gaming and computers for that matter would be if he had actually done that. Let's see. Let's see. Number four. Okay, I was right. Shoot, these were kind of hard to think about. I pretty much did this off the cuff. Didn't even bother to get out of bed. Because it's, oh, what, 9 o'clock? Yeah, about 9:30 at night here on the Oregon coast. Let's see. Huh, there's a random fact. I can remember living here when I was probably, I was 5 or 6, maybe, yeah, 5 or 6, right in there. And I can remember when it used to snow in town here in Tillamook County, at my grandfather's house in Tillamook, which I still see every once in a while. When I come in and out of town to the south part of town, I remember I see his old house. And I can remember when the snow used to get so high you could, at least as a kid, you can make that actual snowman. You can make snow forts and all that stuff. Now it's only on a freak chance that happens. It doesn't. It just doesn't snow it like it used to. Global warming. Let's see what else. Random facts. Huh. Oh, there's one. I love Kendra with all my heart. One of the things that she had talked about the other day was roll over here like this. Stomach hurts a little bit. Was how could I love someone, as she's told me numerous times, that's as big as she is? How is that even possible? And it was brought up. An ex was brought up because something from Facebook or something like that, and I don't know. I think the real reason, as far as the ex goes, that I had fallen for her is because for a good number of years of my life, I had always looked down upon larger women. And and maybe I just took pity on this one, on her at the time, until I was I always tried to go with the flow with people. If somebody else was making fun of somebody, hey, why not just do it as well? Hey, it must be this culture, right? Eventually, I learned that those little skinny mini women, some of them just have the worst personalities. But the bigger ones, they have the biggest hearts ever. And I started falling in love with people on the inside. And well, sometimes that wasn't the case with some of my exes in the past, but I fell in love with Kendra just the first moment we talked, and then we chatted on Skype. She's like, "No, no, I'm not gonna stand up." And I was like, "Come on, just let me see what you look like. Just stand up while you're there on Skype." And she did, and flipped the camera on her laptop around. No, turned the laptop around so I could see her completely, and I was in love with her. No matter how she looked, I was in love. Let's see, another random fact. Well, as we just started watching this this beautiful couple out of Tennessee, Gary and Alameda, I noticed he was recording and he said he was a writer. Well, I am as well, sort of. I haven't actually published a book because it sometimes I one of the first things being Wiccan that I learned how to do was read palms. And if I bring the video up, see this line that goes from this point to my hand to this point of my hand is normally this line is supposed to go straight across, but you can see that it's kind of broken, and if I do that, then it see how deep it is. That's your heart. That's supposed to be your heart line, and that's how much emotion you show. And I can show a lot of emotion. You know, that one crescendo point in the movie. A lot of times I'm teared up or angry. That's why I get my angry moments from, is I feel it real deep. So I had once written this story. It was based off myself, off a waking dream I had when I was a freshman in high school. I woke up and I honestly I spent the next 2 hours on this old computer, DOS based desktop, and wrote this story about um myself being being a genetic prince from the planet Regulus, which, based on the star that was prominent in the sky that when I was born, what is Regulus in the constellation Leo? It's the heart of the lion. No, that's the closest planet near it. The actual star is called Coriolis, and basically the story unfolds that hundreds of billions of years ago, these four brothers, and never got the names really pulled out of my head, but my name, it was almost like past life regression kind of thing. And my name was Ultimus. I was based on this story and this idea in my head. There are the four elements of this world were basically four separate rulers who were all four brothers, but there's five. So you had one brother who was strength. He ruled by strength, not by power, not by force, but will. No, no, just strength, not will. Then there was twins, two twin brothers. Wait a minute. One was the Prince of Knowledge, and the other was the Prince of Intelligence. Because they were twins, you can't have one without the other. You can't. You can be all intelligent and not know how to use it, or you can be all knowledgeable and not have the intelligence to use it. And because they were twins, they could tie off of each other, and basically they had all of the knowledge, all of the intelligence of the universe. Let's see. Yeah, and then there was me, Ultimus, and I was the god of technology, or Prince of Technology. And no matter what came before me, technologically speaking, I knew how to use it right up, easily, no problems. And as the story goes, the four brothers ruled over Regulus and an empire of stars. And then at one point, there's a great war, and Ultimus, at council with his brothers, decides that the best thing they can do, technologically speaking, is die. so that there would be peace among the stars again. And he and he basically comes up with this idea of extracting the pure DNA seed of each of the four brothers and sending it out to the stars. And each brother was gifted a set of armor that was, the DNA had to be a certain exact link in order for the call to be heard to the stars. So basically, that brother would get this armor back that would basically regain his memories of who he was. And you know what? I think I might actually start writing again. Thanks, Gary. And Kendra. So, as the video gets longer and longer, I start to think about who I am and what I've done. I think I've lived a pretty good life. I can't wait to live the rest of it with Kendra, my fellow vault dwellers, and just everybody in particular. The next big step in our life is we want to have kids. That's where we want to be in 5 years. Have a child or two, at least one. So coming up on the 1st and 2nd, we have our first appointments for Kendall to go in for the the first steps into getting bariatric sleeve surgery. So it's yeah, it's just the first few steps. So we'll be blogging about that. I plan to do some more after getting the good reviews from Gary, our super fan. I'm going to be doing more videos with Fallout and doing some mods. So yeah, that's pretty much it. No actual blog really today because I was up all night doing the last doing the Fallout video last night. Kendra uploaded her video today. I'm uploading this one soon. So, thanks guys. I love you. Peace.